Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy, and over here I pretty much talk any and everything related to mental health. I also talk about my mental illnesses, okay? So if you are returning, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Okay, so let's get into it. So this is the second time I'm recording this video because yesterday I recorded this video, but I didn't upload it because it was in the wrong mode. It was in portrait mode. It's supposed to be in like landscape mode. So it just looked weird when I was like getting ready to upload it. I'm like, no, I can't upload this. Let me just make it again. Let me make another one. So yes, I even told myself, you know what, that's even better because now I can leave some things out. You know, whatever I talked about in that video, I can just change it up or omit some things and talk about something else. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that, you guys. I don't want to do that. Whatever I was talking about in that video yesterday, I'm going to talk about it again in this one. I don't want to leave anything out, okay? So yeah, I'm going to make it exactly the same. Yesterday was a holiday, so in that video I did say I hope you all had a wonderful 3-day weekend. I know some of you guys were off, maybe some of you guys had to work, but yeah, it was a holiday yesterday, 3-day weekend. But still, even though it's now Tuesday, I still hope you had a wonderful 3-day weekend. Okay, so yes. So on Mondays, I call that day my Monday mind shift. I talk about whatever's on my mind, and then I try to come up with a solution. This is the shift. This is how I'm shifting my mind, which is why I'm calling it Monday mind shift. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday, when I was making a video, I had no idea what I wanted to talk about. I had no idea what I wanted to talk about. I actually called it like a vent video, a video that I just want to press record and just vent. And then it kind of started turning to like a mind shift, and I'll explain what I mean by that now. So I start off that video by saying in my life, so I had a very emotional live Wednesday. I even called it an emotional live. In that live, I was talking about I was having a sore throat. Okay, I was sick in that live, and I had a bad sore throat. Okay, and shout out, by the way, shout out to those that participated in that live, that was supporting me, giving me some awesome advice, because it was a really emotional live for me, and I had some people in there supporting me. So shout out to you guys. You know who you are if you're watching this video. But anyway, so like I was saying, I was sick. I had a bad sore throat. You can see me in the video chugging water. Always stay near water. Stay near water. Drink your water. Did this video make you want to grab, did that moment make you want to grab some water just now? Okay, anyways, but so yeah, I was drinking water throughout the live. My throat was killing me. It was hurt to swallow. Anyways, back to the point. So that was Wednesday. So Thursday, I go to work. Throat's killing me. And then I walked through the door, and my coworker was like, "You okay?" I said, I was pointing to my throat, saying, you know, I got a sore throat. I think I caught something when I was here. And yeah, so I was pointing to my throat, saying I was telling my coworker that I just did not want to talk that much. I just wanted to rest my throat. I said, all I want to do is rest my throat. And the coworker's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, understandable." And then once again, I was asked, "Am I okay?" by the same coworker. And I was like, didn't I just tell you in the morning that I got a sore throat? I'm fine. I got a sore throat. So I just kept, every time I was asked, "Are you okay?" I just kept doing this. And I kept doing things like that as a reminder, like, I have a sore throat. This is why I'm not talking as much. I was asked again. You guys, I was asked again, "Are you okay?" Now, mind you, I have BPD. Okay, I have BPD, and on top of that, I consider myself the quiet type. I consider myself the quiet type of BPD. So I answered the third one a tad bit more annoyed, but I was just saying, like, no, I said this, like, no, remember, I got a sore throat. I'm just trying to rest my throat. You guys, when I was asked, "Are you okay?" for the fourth time, I was screaming in the inside. Okay, I have quiet BPD. So I held it all in. If you consider yourself the quiet type, you know what I mean by you hold your emotions inward. Okay, that's why they call it quiet BPD, which, by the way, is not an official diagnosis. I say that all the time on my channel. Quiet BPD is not an official diagnosis. This is just something that we label ourselves because, yes, some people consider themselves traditional loud type, classic BPD. Some people consider themselves a quiet type. Me. So, it's torturous to hold your emotions in. It's very torturous. It's inward. How you're feeling, the intense emotions is inward, not outward. So by the fourth time I was asked, are you okay? I started spiraling. Okay. I was spiraling. I was making up assumptions. Not everyone with BPD, but most of us, we make assumptions about things, right? We make up an assumption about something and then we believe it without any evidence. Yes. Like I said, not all of us, but many people with BPD, we start to make up these things in our mind. We're like, we start to judge and we start making up our own, reasonings of, okay, this is going on because of this and this and this with no evidence. And that's what I started doing when my coworker asked me for the fourth time, am I okay? And here's what I mean by spiraling. Remember, now, if you watch my content, you will know that I talk a lot about that I wear a what? Let's see. What do I wear? What do I always talk about that I wear? Let's see how well you know Chrissy. I'll wait. Ding, ding, ding. You got it. A mask. Okay. I wear a mask. I hide my emotions. I hide my mental illnesses. I wear a mask. Okay. So out and about in reality, some of you guys got a taste of my personality. I'm very bubbly. I can be funny. I'm friendly. I'm animated. I'm very commercial. So when people see me act different, it's almost like a shocker, right? Like, oh, something's got to be wrong with her. So I started making these assumptions, right? I made these assumptions in my head like, okay, I think I know why you keep asking me, am I okay? You are asking me this because I'm not putting on a show. And that's what it kind of feels like. If you wear a mask, or if you're a people pleaser, or if you suffer with identity crisis because of those things, you can relate to me saying that it feels like you have to put on a show for society. And yes, that's tiring. Yes, it is. It's very tiring that you got to put on a show for society. Like, it feels like you have to, like, deep down inside, like, I know I don't have to put on a mask and make it seem like I'm performing for society, but it's just something that it feels like I have to do. And yes, I got to work on that. That's my mind shift, by the way. That's my mind shift. But yeah, so the assumptions is that I think my coworker is asking me this. I apologize for the barking, but I think my coworker is asking me over and over again if I'm okay because I'm not performing. I'm not putting on the show. I'm not this, yeah, sure, okay, this over-the-top animated, joyous person. People who know me, they're not used to that side. They're not used to my relaxed side, which is a side that I was showing a lot with my depression. I've been suffering with depression and been talking about depression for a while. I've been showing a lot of people that I've just been very content and relaxed. But a lot of people, they're not used to that. They're just used to this joyous Chrissy. So that's the assumption. You're just asking me this because you're not used to just seeing me just so relaxed and you think something's wrong with me. But it's an assumption. Maybe my coworker really want to know if I'm okay. Right? You're sick. You just say you have a sore throat. Maybe they really want to know that you're okay, Chrissy. Maybe that's what it is. But here's the thing, though. I did not give a sign that my sore throat or being sick is making me like as if I'm giving I need to go home vibes. I did not give, oh my God, I just gotta go home vibes. I was still, even though I had the sore throat, I was still doing what I had to do like nothing. So I'm like, so why are you keep asking me, am I okay? I can see if I gave signs like like clearing my throat 1,000 times, coughing all over the place, sighing like doing this. None. I wasn't giving no signs of that. I was still doing what I had to do. The only difference was I was quiet. That's it. I was not talking that often. So this coworker kept asking, are you okay? Are you sure? And I'm just like, I just told you 3 times or 4 times. Hello. So my mind shift. Okay. So I just wanted to vent about that. I need to vent about that because it relates to being assertive. If you consider yourself the quiet type of BPD or you're a people pleaser and it's hard for you to say no. I am so oily, by the way. I just did my hair. and the oils that I put in my hair is like, it's like all over the back of my neck. That's why I look so greasy if I look greasy. But anyways, I think I lost my thought now. Yeah, if you consider yourself the quiet type or a people pleaser, you can relate to, you know, struggling with being assertive, telling people what's on your mind and saying things like, because I could have been assertive. I could have just said, you know what, I understand that I'm not myself or I'm not talking as much, but I told you I'm trying to rest my throat. And if you can please stop asking me if I'm okay. I understand. You see this, you know, it sounds so easy saying it. It sounds so easy saying it right now, but at the moment it's hard. It's really hard. Being assertive is very hard for me. So like I said, it's just like, I understand that you're looking out for me and I'm quiet. You know, this is a side that you're not, you know, that you normally don't see, and you're just concerned, but I'm telling you that I'm fine. Okay, please stop asking me if I'm okay, but I'm okay. I have a sore throat. I'm just trying to rest my throat. Okay. That's it. That's all. What I wanted to say that when I was asked for the fourth time, are you okay? Do you know what I really wanted to say? I wanted to say, okay, you know what? Let me just perform then. Since you want to keep asking me, am I okay? I guess because you're just so used to me being just this joyous, friendliest, animated person, then okay, then let me perform for you. Okay, are you happy now? Are you happy now? Yay! Hi! Are you happy now? Let me just perform and put on a show for you then, if that's the case. That's how I really wanted to reply. And if you have quiet BPD, these things go in our head. What we really want to say to someone is reenacted in our heads. We don't say it out loud. We don't say it out loud. We don't express it. Our body language changes, our demeanor changes, but we really don't say what's on our mind. If you consider yourself the quiet type, you know exactly what I mean. But that is how I really wanted to answer my coworker when I was asked for the fourth time if I was okay. I was at that point. I was going to be very, you know, sarcastic with it, but I played in my head, and then. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. And like I said, my mind shift with that is just assertiveness, being assertive and letting people know what's on my mind. Of course, the positive way, not the how do they call it in the DBT skills? They call it passive aggressive. Passive aggressive. That's like a skill. There's a page in there that talks about being passive aggressive and things like that. Or is it passive assertive? Whatever. I'll go back and look at that because it's late right now. I can't really think of exactly what that is called. And then what else I wanted to talk about. So yes, I also talked about yesterday in that video that I deleted that something came up in my mind. I'm not sure if I mentioned this yet, but I did not want to make a video yesterday. And I didn't want to make a video yesterday because I was starting to have self-sabotaging thoughts again, urges. I want to call them self-sabotaging urges. One of my lovely subscribers mentioned that, you know, they kind of haven't really uploaded on their channel because of, you know, self-sabotaging, you know, like maybe I'm self-sabotaging. I'm like, oh man, because, you know, I really miss your content. But you know what? It's highly understandable. And I will not mention who this lovely subscriber is. But it made me think, because, you know, it's understandable, especially if you have a mental illness. YouTube is not easy. That's why I made a schedule. Like every Monday, I want to do this. Every Wednesday, I want to do that. And I do want to do more things on my channel. I haven't discussed what I want to do yet, but I need a schedule. If I don't make myself a schedule, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. I already self-sabotaged on my channel twice, and I don't want to take a break. I told myself, you know, don't upload, Chrissy, just take a break. But see, take a break for me means being gone for weeks, even months. And that's what I don't want to do. But it just made me think, because it's understandable. You know, when I saw that my, you know, lovely subscriber said I haven't been making content because maybe I'm self-sabotaging, and it's understandable. And I kind of had that urge a little bit, you guys. I have that urge. And I love how things are going on my channel so far. You know, I met wonderful people. You know, they rock with me in my lives. I don't really care about views and stuff like that. I really don't. This channel is my own therapy. I use my channel to help me vent, talk about whatever's on my mind, share with you all what I'm going through so you can relate to me. I don't care about how many people's clicking on my dang videos and stuff like that. I really don't care, to be honest. But yeah, it's hard. YouTube is hard, you know, especially when you have a mental illness. You know, you're juggling mental illness. I'm juggling mental illnesses, 3. And then I'm juggling life, you know, gotta go to work, take care of your errands, your bills and things like that, life. So it's not easy. It's not easy. You just, sometimes, you know, you just get this, like, I just can't do it. I can't do it today. Not today. I can't do it. I just can't do it. And then I go back to thinking about a video that I made where if you don't feel like doing something, do it anyways. Especially if you have, I'm talking about depression. If you have depression robs you of doing things, right? You're just too sad. You're just too this. You just can't. You don't have the energy, things like that. So it robs you of doing things. So I just told myself yesterday, say, no, I would be a hypocrite if I was to say something like, oh, I didn't feel like making a video after I made a video saying, if you don't feel like doing something, do it anyways. That's like being a hypocrite. So I told myself, no, just record, say what's on your mind. That's why I said in this video that yesterday, I did not know what I was going to talk about. I'm like, nah, this is not a mind shift video. This is just a vent video. That's why I called it that, because I did not want to make a video. But so that's what I wanted to talk about, you guys. I hate that I'm mentioning that I'm having self-sabotaging urges. That's what I'm calling it, an urge, because I don't want to abandon my channel. Okay, that's the whole point I'm trying to say right now. That's the whole point of this particular topic, is I don't want to abandon my channel, because I think it's too selfish too. It's too selfish, and I don't know. I have things to do on this channel, and I gotta remind myself that when I feel this way, they're just thoughts. Like when I get these thoughts, you guys, I get thoughts, okay? And if you have a mental illness, or if you struggle whatever with you know what I mean when I say thoughts, okay? When you get into a dark place, a dark hole, I gotta keep reminding myself that they're just thoughts in my head, and let them float by. Just let the thoughts flow by. I learned this in CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. That's CBT. It teaches you that group, and if you haven't taken that group before, you know, take that group. It helps you control the thoughts, and things like that. It's a really good group that about thoughts. So if you suffer with that, you know, look into CBT. So as long as I've been doing that, just keep telling myself that these are just thoughts in your head. Let them float by. Let them float by, and that's it. Don't react. Don't say anything. Just let the thoughts go in one way and out the other. That's it. But it's hard, you guys. I get weak, and weak, you know, it's okay to admit that you get weak. It's okay. It's okay to admit that you get weak. We're human, right? We're human. So, and there, like I said, there's times I just don't feel like, I don't feel like doing it. And so my mind shift for that is to just keep going. Like I said, my mind shift is just to allow myself to have thoughts, negative, whether they're positive or negative, okay? My mind shift is to allow myself to have these thoughts without beating myself up. And it's okay to have these thoughts. I'm not perfect. I am human. I'm going to have these thoughts. I'm going to have these thoughts, no matter if I like it or not. And that was pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about, you know, my assertiveness issue and things like that. And how, you know, because I have quiet BPD, I can assume things. Because like I said, going back to that point earlier, maybe my coworker really is just looking out for me. You know, I don't want to assume that maybe this coworker wants me to put on a show or perform, but that's just how that's how my brain, my quiet BPD brain operates. I assume things, but like I said, that is pretty much all I want to talk to you all about. I just want to be more assertive and just tell myself, for the other piece that I talked about, allow myself to have negative and positive thoughts, but more of negative thoughts than anything, not the positive, but the negative thoughts. And I need to make sure that these negative thoughts do not stop me from doing what I need to do, like leading to like self-sabotaging my channel, or making it feel like, that's another one too. I didn't add that in. I don't want this being too long, but another thing I forgot to mention is the worthlessness. You know, when you self-sabotage, you got BPD, you're also devaluing. That's a split. Devaluing yourself, saying, oh, who cares about Chrissy? This channel's never gonna grow. People are not gonna really rock with you like that. It's gonna think, you know, all these thoughts, negative thoughts, and I get it. But they're just urges, and I'm glad I'm calling them urges. But anyways, you guys, that is it. Now, I may not do my Wednesday live because I have family coming out here. So I don't know. I might have to pick up some family on Wednesday from the airport. If they decide to road trip out here, then I can do my Wednesday check-in. So I will be on the lookout for a post on Wednesday. I'll let you know what the plans are, if I'm going to be doing a Wednesday live or not. Not sure. So yeah, I got family visiting, you guys. I'm hoping I'm able to do my Wednesday check-in, because I love when I go live. That's my favorite day of the week, is when I get to go live and do my Wednesday check-in. I love it. But I'll let you know if I can and cannot. So that is it, you guys. That is all that I have for you in this video. I want to say Monday mind shift, but it's not Monday. It's Tuesday. Probably by the time you watch this is Wednesday, because it's late. It's really, really late right now. So by the time you watch this video, it's Wednesday. But anyways, you guys, that's it. So yeah, my name is Chrissy. Thank you all so much for watching. All I ask for is a like. If you think you can benefit from my channel, then subscribe. Do not just subscribe just to subscribe, or I'm going to subscribe because I like her glasses. I'm going to subscribe because I like her PJs. No. Subscribe because you think you can benefit from my channel, okay? Seriously. I'm trying to build my family the hard way, okay? The very hard way. So yes, if you made it this far, just like the video. That's all I asked for. And I will see you in the next live or video. All right, you guys. Bye.